Welcome back. Still tuned in to Traders 20.
Well, our markets aren't looking all that bad, especially in tandem with the global sentiment really, but we have come off the day's highs and the mid-cap index is also not looking any different. But what's holding up the index at this point in time is a 6% gain coming in for a Jubilant Life Sciences and Exide Industries, as well as a Pantaloon retail is also doing well for itself. In terms of the battery segment, we've got an Exide that's trading at a level of about 156 right now. However, on the losing side, currently, we've got a Deccan Chronicles. Once again, it's turning out to be a tough day for that particular name. 8.9 rupees stock now. That's where it's trading at, down by about 30 odd paise. Anantraj Industries, J&K Bank, as well as Madras Cement is also on the losing side.
Okay, battery stocks clearly up and away in today's session, but let's take it straight to Shardul Kulkarni and Sandeep Wagle for their top trading ideas. It's all buy calls from you, Sandeep, and it's a result candidate Axis.
Well, yes, the pattern is very clear. It's a very clear breakout in the hourly charts, price and volume breakouts. And I would buy Axis with a stop loss of 1135 and a target of around 1185. My second call is a buy in Adani Enterprises, stop loss of 220, target of 236. I'm seeing a positive crossover of the momentum indicators in the hourly charts. So this suggests some up move over the next couple of trading sessions. And the third one is a buy in Petronet, stop loss of 163, target of 172. The swing high has been in the daily charts has been broken out, and I see this move over the next 3 to 4 trading sessions.
Okay, 3 buying ideas coming in from Sandeep, included an Axis Bank, which is a clear favorite with all our experts today. It looks like, Shardul, because you've also got this one in your list.
Oh yes, Axis Bank is a buy in my list also. We're clearly seeing that it's a very strong breakout. As Mr. Wagle has already mentioned, it's a perfectly clear flag breakout. So I think that you clearly see that stock is expected to move higher. I would also look at a similar target. The only thing is my stop loss is at 1130, and I'm expecting about 1200 rupees as a potential target price. The second stock that we are recommending is On Mobile Global. The weekly charts and daily charts of On Mobile Global suggest a decent move on the upside towards 50 rupees. The daily chart still shows a strong higher top, higher bottom over the past 2 months. So I think I would be a buyer in case of that. 43.5 will be my stop loss. And the third one is Ranbaxy. In case of the defensives, I think Ranbaxy would be the best bet. 545 to 550 is a good time to actually accumulate the stock. 533 will be my stop loss. I'm expecting the stock to move to around 600 rupees in the near future.
Axis, On Mobile, Ranbaxy. That's what Shardul Kulkarni is advocating as buy calls for today. Well, the action doesn't end over here. We slip into a quick break, but do come back, because on the other side, we will be having with us Rajat Bose as well as Dr. C.K. Narayan with their top, Dr. C.K. Narayan and Deepak Mahoni, pardon me, with their top trading ideas.
Thanks very much for being back with us on Traders 20.
Well, what's happening with the broader markets? You've got the small cap index too, which is showing you quite a bit of resilience in today's session, so high by just about 0.5%. Let's point out some of the top gainers, and it's clearly the paper stocks which are doing well. In addition to that, Shriram EPC is showing you a good double-digit gain. So let's point out some of those paper names. You've got a West Coast paper, which is doing very well in today's session, taking along with it a JK paper. From the consumption space, you've got a Lovable Lingerie also, which is holding up very smartly in the green as we speak, 5.7% higher. Suven Life Sciences also from defensives. From the media pack, you've got PVR, which is showing you a good gain as we speak by 5%. Geojit BNP Paribas, so some interest coming into brokerage stocks, as well as a Peninsula Land holding up firmly in the green.
Okay, let's move on and chat with Dr. C.K. Narayan as well as Deepak Mahoni to get their trading recommendations right now. Dr. Narayan, hi, welcome to the show. Go ahead with what you're recommending right now.
Well, I have 2 buys and a sell. The first of the buys is in Syntex. I think the stock the market was slightly surprised with the kind of positive numbers that they came out with recently. And subsequent to that, the market has been responding pretty well to this newer set of numbers, and I think after forming a small congestion, there seems to be an inclination to stage an upside breakout. So at the current rate of about 74 quarter to 74 half is where I would recommend a buy in this stock, using a stop at about 72 and looking for an immediate target in the region of 80 to 81. For the second buy, I have Biocon. This is a stock which has been ranging between, let's say, 265 to 285 for a while, and it had traded down into the lower end of the range recently over the last few days. I think it's making an attempt to find some fresh demand over there and move up from here. It's trading currently at about 271 half, so that's sufficiently near the lower end of the range, and I think with a stop at about 267, I would suggest a buy at the current level, looking for a target in the region of about 280 to 282. For the third trade, I would recommend a short position in Tata Motors. I think the kind of response that we have seen to the slightly softer numbers from JLR seems to have created an opening gap which is not yet regained, and the stock seems to be suggesting that it might drop further because recent swing lows in intraday charts have been broken. So I see a slight bearish setup there, which might probably propel the share towards about 255, which is my target for this trade. I would use a stop loss of about 4 to 5 points from entry.
Okay, that's what Dr. C.K. Narayan is recommending. Let's take it straight to our final technical expert on the show. That's Deepak Mohani. Deepak, what's on your trading list today?
I've also got two buys and a short sell. The first of the buys is Dena Bank with a stop loss of 107.5 and a target of 114 that is. The stock's been showing a fair amount of momentum now for a couple of months. It had a little bit of a sell-off in the morning and has bounced back from there. It looks like supply has been exhausted, and this could be the beginning of a decent enough tradable upswing in the stock. The second buy is Titan Industries. This is chugging along on a fairly good, at a fairly good pace now for about a few weeks. And every time it sort of dips and starts to move, it pays off. We are in a very similar setup again. This is a buy with a stop loss of 268 and a target of 284. And finally, the one short sell, that's a day trade. Chambal Fertilizers, that is, with a stop loss of 71.5 and a target of 69. The stock is already in an intermediate downtrend, whereas a lot of stocks in the market are not. And today it's resuming a fall after going up a bit, so this is a fresh move downward that's just started in the stock.
Okay, shorting a Chambal Fertilizers and buying into a Dena Bank as well as Titan Industries.